Good day, Valley. We thank you so much for joining us for yet another edition of Face to Face with the Mayor. We're joined by our great mayor, Dr. Armando O'Cana. Mayor, thank you for being with us.
You're welcome.
So, Mayor, we're going to talk today about something that is at the forefront of every city leader's minds. It should be on our citizens' minds. It's in all of the headlines, and that's, of course, the U.S. Census count. Our deadline is looming. September 30th is basically tomorrow. Can you tell us a little bit about the importance of why our residents need to respond to the U.S. Census?
The major importance of the census has to do that people need to be counted. And as a result of that counting, that benefits not only the citizen, benefits the departments that we have in our city, and it benefits the city, the county, the state of Texas.
So, Mayor, I mean, we really can't downplay the importance of the census because for us, it affects every part of us. This determines our community resources. So let's start safety-wise. So folks at home may not know we're one of the safest cities in the state of Texas, and we have amazing police officers, outstanding firefighters, but we could bring them even more resources simply by having folks take 5 minutes and respond to that questionnaire. So tell us a little bit about how it would help us safety-wise.
Well, that is so true. You know, basically the census directly affects the city's federal funding. It gives the city more revenues to bring in, and as a result of getting more federal revenues, we can keep our taxes as low as possible because we can use this federal money to assist us in adding some more firefighters, the way we've done in 2018, or adding some more fire trucks, which is that right now that we have them at the manufacturing company.
We're excited about that.
You know, and we're getting them in. But instead of buying 2, I could buy 3 or 4. You know, we have multiple stations in the city of Mission. They have not been replaced in the last 10 years. So I'm making an effort to replace that.
We also want to talk about infrastructure and economic development. Again, it goes back to the census. This is going to affect us for the next decade. You're talking about 10 years. So how does that affect us in terms of economic development?
Well, let me tell you and share with you the conversation I had about an hour ago with an individual that wants to come into Mission. The first thing that they asked me is, how is your drainage? You know, the second thing that they asked me is, how is your water, your sewer, your police department, your fire department, you know, all of that. And we're talking about a major investor bringing in over 100 employees, bringing in jobs into Mission, you know, and basically what they do is they go to the census. And if the information is not there, they're going to decide to go somewhere else. And because they go somewhere else, then we're losing that.
So if you bring it home for folks so that they really understand, you'll hear some of our residents, Mayor, that say, why don't we have a cheesecake factory? Why don't we have one of those big franchise stores that they want to shop at? All of that is based on census data.
And that's correct, you know, and basically what they do is from their headquarters, they start looking at the headquarters, and when they start putting it into the computer where they want to invest, where they want to look at the geographical areas that they want to look at, we're not going to pop out. We're not going to be there. You know, we're going to be left out.
Right.
Why? Because the census wasn't up to date, or the citizens did not complete their census. You know, that's how important it is. You know, we want to be up in front, up in the forefront, be on the desktop of all corporate engineers, so they can come down to the valley, not only the valley, but also especially the city of Mission.
We sure do. We want to be at the forefront. So right now we're in the midst of unprecedented times. We're facing a challenge like our country, our world has never seen before. We're in the middle of a COVID pandemic. Even that, our federal funding that was funneled down into our community, again, based on census.
Let me give you an example. The federal government approved some money for the city of Mission through the county of Hidalgo. They used 75,000 people because that's what we had for the 2010 census. Now, if we get the 2020 census and we get 100,000 people or more, you know, at $110 a person, you know, it's available, it's there, but they rely on the census data.
We need them to respond. So 10 years ago, we're looking back at 2010, Mayor, only 61% of our households responded to the U.S. Census. So we lost out on 39% funding. Right now, we're barely past, the halfway mark. We're really trying to encourage our residents to respond. So what do you want to say to our community to encourage them about the importance of responding and doing it now?
Once the census goes in, they're going to lock us for another 10 years, and we're going to continue to lose money that is eligible and available for the city of Mission. Funding that we deserve and funding that will make a big difference, not only in economic development, but also city services, the infrastructure. Every time you drive around and you see the potholes, we could be not only filling in the potholes, we could be reconstructing streets.
We could be getting brand new streets.
Yes, brand new streets, and that's what I want, and that's what I need. That's why it's extremely important that the citizens go out there, either a computer, by phone, ask for a person to go to your house to be able to fill out the census.
And like you said, Mayor, it's easy. You can do it online, you can do it over the phone, English, Spanish. We are here to help out.
And if you don't want to do it and you want us to assist you, we're available.
Mayor, thank you so much for joining us. It's really, really good to hear from you, our city leader, about the importance of the U.S. Census and why our residents need to take action to help us out. 10 years, an entire decade, this is going to affect us.
Yes, and we want more than 61%.
Yes, we do. We want 100%.
Yes, we're looking for 100%.
Mayor, thank you so much for joining us, and we thank you for joining us for this edition of Face to Face for the City of Mission. I'm Roxanne Lerma.